All right, so take your two pillows, and this is going to be something you're quite used to by now. You're gonna take your pillows, just one for your head and one for behind your back. So what we want to do is when we're laying down, we're gonna let the chest open up so that we can breathe better. And we're gonna support the back of the head so that the neck feels good. So if you have kind of a neck that likes more support, you can even stack another pillow or even another blanket on top. So it's all up to you, and using more props is never a bad thing. Down. And this is just an unofficial getting you comfortable. We're not really even started yet. The whole thing is going to be very groovy and easy. So we're gonna just lay back. You're gonna shimmy back, get your hips lifted, lengthen the hips away towards your heels so that your lower back is nice and long. And then today you have two options. You're either gonna have your knees bent and your feet wide apart, or you're gonna have your knees wide apart and your feet together and resting on the mat. So check in what feels better for your lower back. And then we're going to have the elbows on the floor, but the hands are gonna be lightly on the belly or wherever on your body you feel like it's nice. Sometimes even crossing your arms, so not like meeting style, but just relaxing your hands, your arms one on top of the other, and then over your solar plexus. That could feel nice. So the goal here is just to make yourself completely comfortable. And then we're going to kind of really check in, start feeling which parts of your body are relaxing towards the earth. You're gonna take a deep breath in, so breathe all the way into your belly. And then as you exhale, just let the body kind of soften to whatever degree it can and that it wants to. There's no agenda. There's no I need to do this level of relaxation. It will just unfold by itself. Beautiful. Yeah. And just know that you are doing it right as long as it feels okay for your body, as long as you feel comfortable. Yeah. So you can trust your body a little bit here. We're going to close our eyes now and start just noticing the breath. So notice when you're breathing in, what breathing in feels like. For a lot of us, we don't consider that at all. So just notice, wow, when you breathe in, do you sense a sense of expansion or do you sense something different? Are there parts of your body that respond when you breathe in? And then as you breathe out, let the breath just relax out. And you can even breathe out through your mouth if that feels good. And just notice when you breathe out, what parts of your body respond. And it's as simple as that. And then for those of you who have your hands on your belly, or if you like to place them towards the belly or over the solar plexus, start also feeling the weight of the arms against the body. The weight of the arms will help us release little by little, breath by breath, these places in the body that tend to hold tension. So as you feel the sensation, the weight of your hands or your arms against your body, the in breath is making the arms float a little. And as you exhale, belly button is resting down towards the spine. And you can feel a little release across the solar plexus. So in the beginning, we're going to practice about 15 breaths like this. There's no need for you to count. I will be counting. And so just about 15 breaths, just letting your in breath and your out breath be equal. So notice what is easier for you at this moment, to breathe in or to breathe out. Which one is a little shorter? So if your in breath is a little shorter, let's say today you have been busy and right now your in breath might be just one, two, if you're counting it, whereas the out breath might be four, one, two, three, four. We're going to make them equal measures. So the in breath is going to be one, two, and the out breath is going to be one, two. So, whatever your breath is, whatever your count is, let's make it equal for about 15 breaths right now. Nothing else to have to do, simply equalizing our breath. Let your efforting be relaxed. There's no huge effort here, just natural breath. And notice what your natural breath feels like today. As you continue to practice like this, know that it's quite natural if you're new to honing your awareness to your breath, that your mind might wander off. And if you notice, oh, I have stopped being aware of my breath, I have stopped trying to harmonize the in breath and out breath, there's no problem at all. So just gently bring your awareness back. And then just begin again, equalizing breath, samavritri, that's what we call it in yoga. So in breath, whatever length it is, one, two. Out breath through your mouth, one, two. We'll do it three more times like this. Beautiful. And then just if you have crossed your arms over each other, just switch so that the other arm is on top. Then we're going to come into the next part of this pranayama, our yogic breath. The next part, we're going to be extending the exhalation. So your out breath now, we're going to try to lengthen it by a little compared to your in breath. So if your in breath is one, two, the out breath will be one, two, three, four. And again, if it doesn't get to that length, it's totally fine. We're just going to do it with gentle efforting, so there's no push at all in your breath. We're just going to let it be like a silken thread, letting it lengthen if possible. So again, just practicing, this is going to calm your nervous system, is going to strengthen your respiratory system. So when you're ready, we're going to begin together. So gentle in breath, whatever length feels right for you. Maybe one, two. And then your out breath, double the in breath. One, two, three, four. Great. And we'll continue now for 15 more breaths like this. Feel free to count if you like internally, if that helps you to stay focused. So breathing in, Om, one, two. Breathing out, Om, one, two. That's one. And then the next one, breathing in, Om, one, two. Breathing out, Om, one, two. Cycle 2. Continuing like that with your own breath. So I simply watch and hold space so that you can count according to your own pace. So know that it's always done with your body and your breath. I'm simply suggesting where you could go with this. In breath and out breath. Extending the out breath. So it's double the in breath. And if awareness wanders off, just gently bring yourself back to your breath again. In breath, out breath. We have about 5 more cycles of breath like this. So, really allowing your awareness to fully be interested in what happens when you breathe in. Where do you feel the body responding? And as you breathe out, double that exhalation. What do you notice the body doing? Great. About 3 more cycles like this. Just attending gently to your breath. Beautiful. And then let's take 1 more breath in and exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Release the arms next to your sides. Just take a moment here and notice what it was like to allow yourself that space to just be with your breath. So it's beautiful to be in movement, and sometimes it's really beneficial to allow ourselves to begin with a little stillness like this. Great. And then from here, with the knees even wider apart now, just taking the knees as wide as your mat, your feet a little wider than your mat. We're going to just tuck the shoulder blades under. Nice. Lengthen out your arms. Then we'll drop the knees side to side. So inhale, bring your knees to center. And exhale, drop your knees to one side. Great. And then inhale, we'll bring the knees back to center. Exhale, dropping the knees to the left. Continuing like this, notice that the pranayama that you just practiced probably has slipped you internally to a more groovy place. So when you move, try to move from that place. So it's not so much your head telling you, now my knees must do this or anything like that, but simply breathe in, let things rise, breathe out, let things relax. Do this a few more times, just gently side to side. Notice what parts of your body feel like they are extending and lengthening. Yeah, so you just have your knees facing the sky, and then you're just dropping them to the right. And then the knees back to the center and dropping them to your left. Beautiful. Yep, you're doing it right. So continuing side to side, just two more times now. Notice how it feels for the side body as you do this. Notice how it feels for your tops of your thighs, the quadriceps as you do this. Great. And then let's bring it back to center. Beautiful. And as we bring it back to center, let's hug the knees in towards ourselves. So hands on top of your shins. We're just gonna draw the knees towards the armpits. Roll your tops of the shoulders back. So it's like you're rolling your shoulders up and over and then drawing them down again. And then let's rock side to side. So as you rock, massaging into your lower back a little here, notice how soothing it can be to just give yourself even a simple little massage like this. We just do this a few more times. As we do this, we're going to bring the knees together now towards each other. Great. We'll take just two more breaths like this, just rocking side to side. Great. And then from here, we're going to turn towards the right side. Press your hands along the floor and we'll bring ourselves back. Nice. So if you have some pillows still, and if sitting sometimes on the floor makes you feel kind of tired in the lower back, you can sit higher onto your cushions. Or if it feels fine to sit right on your mat, you can go ahead and just sit right on your mat. Great. We're going to have the legs in a simple cross-legged position. Some of you are quite flexible. In that case, you can take your knees over each other. So whichever option, something that works well for your body is what you're going to choose right now. Nice. And then we're going to bring our arms up. Inhale. And then as we exhale, just simply dive forward, walking the hands forward, drawing the heart forward. We're going to be moving like this a little bit. Inhale, draw the arms up. And exhale, anchor your hips back, relax the chin, walk your arms forward. You're gonna do this a few more times. Inhale, just lengthening up. Great. And then exhale, softening forward. Lots of length along your spine. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, drawing it all the way up. And then exhale, lengthening fingertips forward, walking fingertips forward little by little. Tuck your chin so the back of your neck is completely relaxed. There's no arching here, so just relax. And then keep drawing your sit bones down as you draw the heart forward. And we'll rest forward for a few more breaths. Nice. And then know that in yoga, it's not about how flexible you are. Yoga, as a side effect, it makes us more flexible anyway in the end. So right now, you're just going to lengthen to wherever you can, and you're going to be really kind and friendly to your body. So as you come forward, if it feels like, oh, that doesn't feel too good, that feels like too much, back up a little. So you can even be high up like this. There might already be a lot of stretch in your hips. So we're going to relax the shoulders, and we're going to take a couple more breaths there. Great. And then let's walk the hands back towards ourselves. Nice. We're going to bring the arms up, interlace your hands, relax your elbows, and then let's turn the palms up towards the sky. We'll relax our shoulders and then keep pressing the palms to face the sky and to press it up and away. Great. And as you do that, there might be a tendency to kind of lift and look up and to squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. So we're just going to relax those reflexes and let the shoulders soften back down and just look softly forward. So one of the ways we can practice is to let the eyes look softly. Great, a few more breaths like that. And if it feels good, start letting yourself lengthen a little towards one side. Take a couple of breaths there. And then back to center and just rock to the other side. And take a couple of breaths there. Great. And then we'll come on back and release the arm. Just rest the hands on your lap and just feel for a moment the arms. Great. You're gonna take the right hand to the left knee, or if you had your legs stacked, same thing. Still just putting it on the side. Left hand behind you, and simple twist. Inhale, we're gonna lengthen up, and exhale, just twisting to look over your left shoulder. Beautiful. We're gonna take 5 more breaths like that. So with every inhalation, crown of the head lengthening up to the sky. With every exhalation, just gently turning through the spine. As you turn here, notice the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Beautiful. One more breath here. Great. And then exhale, release. Great. You're going to change the crossing of your legs. So the other shin is going to be in front now, or the other knee is going to be on top. Great. So then grab your belt or your scarf, whatever you might have. If you don't have that, that's fine too. You can hold on to the back of your shirt. I'll show you in a moment. So you're gonna take your belt and we're gonna take it into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So right hand is gonna hold the top of your scarf or your belt, and left hand is going to connect behind you. And you can also hold on to your clothing. So right hand holding on to your shirt, left hand onto the other side of your shirt. And then we're just going to gently draw the elbows away from each other. For some of you, it feels possible maybe to connect the fingers. If so, you're going to connect the fingers and then draw the elbows away from each other. And then we're going to take a couple more breaths, just holding the arms like this. Gomukhasana is really great for undoing all that hunching over the keyboard. So let's take 2 more breaths here. Great. And then exhale, release. Great. So you have 2 options now. You can either take your arms back into Gomukhasana and then come forward over your legs. Or if that feels like something you want to skip today, again, fingertips in front of you, walk the hands forward, inhale to lift the heart, and exhale, soften over the legs. And we'll take about 5 breaths forward. Beautiful. And same thing, yoga is really all about the breath. So what we want to focus on is that feeling of what does that breath feel like as it comes in, and what does it feel like when it moves out. Awesome. And then bringing yourself back. And same thing, Gomukhasana, cow face pose. I don't know why they think this looks like a cow. Left elbow is going to point to the sky. You're going to hold on to your scarf or your t-shirt, right hand behind you. And again, we're gently drawing one elbow up and the other down. And then we're going to walk the hands towards each other. Great. And just breathing into this. This is a great one. You can practice it even when you're seated at your desk. So relax the neck again. Try not to overcompensate. So just let things kind of unfurl and become relaxed again. Top of the right shoulder relaxes. Great. And just take it one breath at a time here. Great. And then you have the option again of continuing to have your arms like this as you hinge forward and over, or take your hands in front of you and walk the fingertips forward, anchor the hips down. Inhale to draw the heart up, and then exhale, walk the heart forward towards your fingertips. And we'll take just 5 more breaths there. When we notice the sensation of the breath, we don't have to describe it in words. So when you're noticing it, just let yourself kind of feel the sensations. So there's parts of us that tend to strategize and parts of us that are in feeling mode. So we want to engage that. We want to engage that somatic sensation in your body. And just recognize it. Beautiful. And then one more breath like that. Exhale completely, and then we'll bring ourselves back. One more simple twist. So inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, left hand outside your right knee, right hand behind you. And inhale, draw the heart up a little bit more so you're growing taller. And then as you exhale, just twist through the spine. And just breathing into this. Notice which part of the spine might feel a little more jammy today. I think for most of us, there will be a section that is a little stiffer than the rest. It's very normal. So try to let your breath move through that area. So just bring your awareness there. And as you inhale, feel that sensation of the breath trying to make its way through. And as you exhale, just let that efforting relax. Great. Two more breaths like this. Nice. And then exhale, we're going to release. Now we're just gonna take the legs to a wide-legged position. So just to whatever width feels okay today. And again, if you're seated higher, if it tends to be tight in here, it's a good thing to be seated higher. Then we're gonna walk the hands forward. Inhale, we'll draw the heart up. And then exhale, we'll just walk forward to wherever we can. So softening your elbows, relaxing forward, just little by little. We'll take about 10 breaths here. So this is a very good one for your liver meridians along the inner legs. So this is a yoga detox position. It's also very good for helping you to clear frustration in the body. About 5 more breaths like that. If possible, let yourself again be with each breath, one breath at a time. Great. And then we'll walk the hands back towards ourselves. Take your hands under the legs and we'll just bring the knees back together. Nice. We're going to continue to twist. So with the knees together now and your feet on the mat in front of you, maybe slide the feet forward to wherever feels comfortable for the belly and so that you can sit straight. Then let's inhale and bring the right arm up. And as you bring the right arm up, right shoulder again is still relaxed. And we're going to create a bit of length through the ribs. Great. And then we'll turn to the left, right arm outside the left leg, and left hand either to the ground behind you or left hand wraps towards your right hip. Beautiful. And then inhale, we're going to lengthen up. And if you can, bring your knees together so that the knees are touching. Yeah. And then exhale, twist. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. If it feels okay to bring your right arm further down the leg, slide the arm a little more down the leg. And then again, inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Nice. So we're trying to just unlock the mid back here. Couple more breaths there. It's nice to bring some circulation in there. This is nice for your heart. And then exhale back to center. Great. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, we'll lengthen up. And then exhale, left arm outside the right leg, right hand behind you, or wrap the right hand to your left hip. So inhale, we're going to draw the heart up. And exhale, we're going to twist. Nice. And then at first, it might feel like our reflex again is to really kind of spur ourselves to our maximum twist, in which case you notice the body starts to tense. So we're going to relax the body a little bit. Inhale to lengthen, and then gently exhale, we'll twist together. Great. One more breath like that. And we'll relax back to center. Great. And then we're going to remove the cushions that are behind us if we're seated on any. Great. We're going to hug the arms under the legs now. And then walk the feet in towards yourself. And then we're going to try to float onto the sit bones. Nice. And then if it feels like balance might be something that requires a bit of support today, feel free to bring your back to your couch and you can have your back against the couch. Great. Roll your shoulders back. And then if it feels okay, you're going to try to bring your legs a little higher or maybe even the legs to straight. Yeah. So see what works for you. Great. I'm going to turn this way. Nice. So wherever you are, draw the heart up a little bit more. And then we're going to try to extend the arms and relax the shoulders back. Nice. And then inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, we're going to twist and look over to your right hand. Few more like this. Inhale to center. Nice. And then exhale, twist to your left. Great. Continuing like this. If you can keep your legs up, keep them up. If it feels better to have your feet grounded, you can do that too. So inhale to draw up and exhale to twist. Just a few more times like this. Nice. Beautiful. Great. One more time to each side. Nice. And then come back to the center. You're going to cross your ankles now. And we're going to roll forward. So you're going to walk your hands forward. And we're going to come onto the hands and knees. Nice. So this is a really nice one, cat and cow. We're going to inhale to roll the heart up and the sit bones up. And exhale, relax the head completely, round the spine, bring your mid back towards the sky. So of your own breath here, inhale to draw the heart up and exhale to round. And inhale to draw the heart up, roll your shoulders back, and exhale to round. Continue like this a little while more, just finding again that grooviness. And then if you imagine that your spine from the crown of the head all the way to your tailbone, if it were a straw, imagine that when you breathe in, you're breathing in through the top of the head, all the way to your tailbone. And when you exhale, the breath again flows from the tailbone all the way back through the top of the head. We'll do it a few more times. Great. And then take the knees a little wider. We're going to just roll into our shoulder joints and our hips. This is purely intuitive. So whatever feels nice. Imagine if you were in not the movie Cats, but maybe the musical, because that's better. Let yourself be like a cat that is dancing and just let the head follow, let the whole body follow. And most importantly, you're doing this with your breath. So drink that breath in through the nostrils, move it all the way through your body, and let yourself just trust your intuition here. Move like this for a few more breaths. Rolling through the neck and shoulders, rolling through the hips. So nice. Great. And then from here, we're going to come into a downward dog. You're going to spread your hands. You're going to tuck the toes. So for the first downward dog that you ever do in your life, it's going to feel like, why are we doing this? And why is it so excruciating? It will get better. So you're going to tuck your toes and you're going to keep it nice and easy. The knees can be bent. And you're going to draw your hips up really high. So basically, you're trying to make a triangle with your body. Your sit bones are going to draw high. You're going to draw your hips back. You're going to draw your heels down towards the earth. Doesn't matter if the heels don't touch the earth. Very nice. Good job. Relax the head, relax the neck. And then in your downward dog, we're gonna bend the knees. So side to side, bending the knees, just rolling the hips, drawing them side to side as you bend one knee, the other hip draws back. Few more breaths like that. Draw your belly button in. Great. Nice. Then let's bring the knees back onto the earth. Very well done. Shout out to Joe. So right foot forward. And then Mark's like, right foot forward. Relax the right hip. Great. And then feel free to have your hands just on the knee here and just relax your shoulders. And we'll let the hips just move forward. Great. Lower back shouldn't be arching hard. So tailbone is actually going to soften down towards the earth, and the heart is going to lengthen away from the tailbone. So there's always a sense of extension in yoga, even when you're doing things that seem like you're bending and opening. Great. And then for those of you, if this one feels fine to do here, you're going to bring your right arm up, Gomukhasana here. So right elbow is bent, left hand either tries to reach the right, or again, hold your belt or hold your shirt and draw the elbows away from each other. Nice. Relax the top of that right shoulder. Great. We'll take two more breaths here. Beautiful. And then simply relax the arms. We're going to lean forward. Left hand comes towards the earth. Right hand onto your right hip. And we're going to just turn the chest towards the right knee. Relax the right shoulder. If it feels okay for you today, you're going to tuck the back toes and bring the left knee away from the mat. Nice. Press down with your right foot. Feel a little more buoyancy underneath the legs, drawing you up, and draw your right hip back a little bit more. Great. If it feels okay, you're going to sweep your right arm forward and then turn to look back. We're going to make some arm circles. So inhale, we'll draw the arm forward, and exhale, draw it back. A few more times like this. Great. Nice. Then we're going to transition back into downward dog. So both the hands come down towards the earth. Slide your right foot back. Draw the hips away. And then again, we're going to try to make the hips go as high as they can while we draw the heels back and relax the head completely. Take three more breaths here. Draw your inner heels towards the earth. Great. And then we'll relax the knees back towards the earth. Good job. And then we're going to step the left foot forward. And again, hands can rest on the front knee and they can stay there. Or if you want to try your Gomukhasana on this side, either with your belt or again with holding the shirt, left elbow is angling up, right elbow down. Great. And then draw the weight of the hips just to move forward. Nice. As the hips move forward, you're going to feel an opening towards the front of the right hip. Great. Draw your belly button in a little bit. Take the inner legs to roll towards each other. It will help with stability. Left foot is going to ground down. Great. A couple more breaths like this. Soften your ribs in. So instead of the ribs puffing out, we're going to soften the ribs in, even as we move the torso forward. Great. Nice. And then exhale, we're going to soften forward. Right hand towards the earth. Nice. Left hand can be on your left hip, and you can twist to bring your chest towards the left knee. I'm just going to turn so that you can see me better. Still on the same side. Great. And then if you like, tuck your back toes and bring the back knee away from the earth. So that's just an option. You can choose if that feels good for you today. And draw that right heel back. And then again, if it feels okay, we're going to extend the left arm forward and then just look back as we circle back. Very nice. And then again, inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, moving it back. Few more like this. Nice. Bring your breath into the shoulder joint. Beautiful. And then we're going to transition through downward dog again. So hands are going to come back onto the earth. Step the feet back. Bend the knees first and draw the hips up really high as you can. Let the head go. And then we're going to draw the heels back and press back. Nice. Inner heels are going to draw downwards. Outer hips are going to draw back. And we'll take 3 more breaths like that. And when you're breathing out here, see if you can sigh out with a sound through your mouth. So breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, go, ah. It's kind of the best part of yoga, actually. So 2 more like that. Breathe in and exhale. Ah. Great. 1 more like that. And exhale. Ah. Gorgeous. Then we're gonna try a 3-legged downward dog. So right leg is going to come up. We're gonna extend the right leg up to the sky. So just play with that if you want to. Feel free to skip it today if you would rather. Bend the right knee, open the right hip. And then we'll meet bringing the right foot forward between the hands. Great. So if your right foot forward between your hands, with your back foot, we're gonna ground the back foot. So the entire left foot is pressing down on your mat now. Left hand on the left hip. Let's bring the right elbow onto the right leg. Yeah, take your time. Relax your shoulders, open through the shoulders. So left shoulder and the right shoulder are gonna peel away from each other. Feels like your shoulder blades, the bottom tips of your shoulder blades are drawing down towards your hips. Beautiful. We're going to stay here a few more breaths. Keep seeing if you can draw your right sit bone towards your left heel. Nice. If it feels okay here, you're going to extend your left arm up, turn your left palm, and bring the left arm overhead. You can even turn and try to look up. Great. Those of you who want to try, you're going to release the right arm down more, right hand outside the right foot, and keep twisting open. Great. 1 more breath. Right hip towards the left heel. Great. And then let's bring the left hand back onto the left hip. Press down with your feet. And we'll bring ourselves back. So for most of the positions before, we were facing towards the front foot. For this one, we have the chest facing away. So instead of facing forward, square hip, we're going to open. Great. Then we're going to come in a triangle. Extend your arms, relax your shoulders. And then if it feels better to have the feet closer, you can wriggle them closer, whatever feels nicer. We're going to extend to the right side. Okay, right hand onto the right leg, left fingertips to the sky. Relax your shoulders here. Press the right hand down, lift through the left fingertips, and look up. So you're in your triangle. If you're in a modification of this pose, if your left knee is down, that's fine. You can try it with your left knee down, right leg straight like this too, and then extend towards your right. Great, a couple more breaths there. And don't worry if you don't get it the first time, we'll just keep playing with it. 2 more breaths. Great, and then wherever you are, coming back, and just coming back to stand. We'll turn the right foot in, turn the left foot out, and we'll bend the front knee. Nice. So the back leg is straight, front knee is bent, left elbow over the left thigh. Inhale to draw the left arm up, turning the palm, extending it diagonally away. Nice, and then we're just gonna maybe turn a little the chest towards the sky. And take a couple more breaths there. I'll show you a modification if you're bringing yourself kind of closer to the earth here. So stay here, those of you who want to stay here. And you can also have your back leg down and extend this way. Great, let's take 2 more breaths here. Great, and then those of you who are in this side angle pose, you're going to straighten the front leg and then come into triangle. Left hand onto the left shin, right fingertips to the sky. And I'll show a modification of this one. Right knee can be on the ground. So right knee, right thigh facing forward, left leg to your side. So this is gate pose, it's a variation. Same thing, you get that opening in the side seam of your body. Left hand is gonna slide down, right arm is going to extend over. Great, we're gonna take 3 more breaths here together. Nice. And then wherever you're at, coming back to standing. Nice. We're gonna turn the feet to face forward. So your big toes are going to point forward. So the feet are like this. I think it's like Donald Duck does this. So it's the opposite. So interlace your hands behind you, roll your shoulders back, draw your knuckles back. And then bend the knees and we'll just drape over the legs. So bend the knees as much as you like and just release the head. So the weight of the head is going to create an extension in the spine. We're squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. And you're staying down for a few more breaths if that feels okay for you. Beautiful, very well done. And then pressing down with the feet, take your hands back onto your shins, and we'll just walk the hands up to come back to standing. So very nice. We're now gonna take the legs a bit wider. I saw that most of us had our legs pretty close together. So this time we're gonna go for a wider, wide-legged forward bend. Again, big toes are pointing in. We can have the hands begin on the hips, bend the knees a little bit, make it nice and easy, and then drape. So you're folding from the hips over the legs and just relaxing the head towards the earth. Once you get here, you can either take your hands in front of you on the mat, bend your elbows, and relax down. Or for some of you, it might feel nice to take your hands behind you and hold opposite elbows and fold. You can also continue staying here and take your hands into reverse namaste. So press the palms against each other. Fingers are going to point towards your head. And then you can also fold this way. Great, we're just going to take 2 more breaths here. Then you're going to walk your hands towards the front of your mat. We're going to step back into a downward dog. And just draw your hips back, roll your shoulders back, draw the heels down. And take 3 more breaths here. Exhale through the mouth. Great. And then let's release the knees towards the earth. Have the big toes together. Come into child's pose for a few breaths. So we're going to walk the hands forward, relax the forehead down. And then just let the earth hold you. So you don't have to do anything now, just the whole body relaxed towards the earth and letting all of that efforting, all of that breathing, anything that is circulating through the body, just have a place to rest against. Take about 5 more breaths here, just one breath at a time. Really enjoy your breath. Great. And then walk your hands towards yourself. Bring your knees to one side, have a seat, and extend your legs in front of you. Very nice. And again, for us, if the hamstrings are tighter, you can sit higher again just to raise your seat. You'll find that anytime the hamstrings are tight, when you lift the seat, it makes it a lot easier to sit straight, which is what we want today. So, as you have a seat, we're going to take both the knees to the left side. So, your left foot is just resting on top of your right foot. Great. So we're going to take a twist again. Left hand onto the outside of the right leg, right hand behind you. You're just going to sweep the right arm around so that the back of the right hand comes towards your left hip. Great. And then brace the left hand against the right leg. Inhale, draw up, and exhale. We're going to twist to the right. You're going to feel a bit of a stretch in the right side body. We're going to breathe into it. We're opening up all the side seams of the body today so that our breath is not just through your front and back body, but also through the sides. So relax your shoulders, draw the shoulder blades together. Yeah, couple more breaths like that. This is called Bajasana. Great. And then exhale, simply release. Then we're just going to bring the legs to the right side. So both the knees again are over each other, the legs, and then right foot is on top of the left. Nice. And same thing. Let's breathe in, bring both the arms up so we can lengthen through the side body. Exhale, relax the shoulders, right hand outside the left leg, left hand to the right hip. And then inhale, we'll lengthen, and exhale, we'll twist. Nice. See if you can imagine the hips kind of weighing down towards the earth. So you're anchoring down through your hips and lengthening up through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, twisting through your spine. See if you can feel every part of your spine. Notice that domino effect, that spiral. If you twist from your belly button, where does it end up spinning all the way up to? One more breath here. Great. And then exhale. We'll release. We're going to come to lying down. So with the knees bent again, like we did in the beginning, but we're going to take a little half bridge here. So we'll be laying down. Roll your shoulders back and under. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Your feet are like 11s. So the toes are not pointing out like Donald Duck. They're just equal. So not like this, just equal, facing forward. Press the backs of your arms down. And as you press the backs of your arms down, press your feet down. And naturally, the hips are going to rise a little. So as much as we can here, we're going to press the inner feet down to keep the hips high, to lift them high. Back of the neck is relaxed and neutral. We're not twisting. So keep rolling the shoulder blades under more, shimmy them in. And then maybe bring the hands together under you if that feels okay today. Interlace the hands, press the backs of the arms down towards the earth, and we'll just breathe here. So we'll take about 10 breaths here, continuing to lengthen the tailbone through the knees. So directionally, it feels like the lower back is long, the whole spine is long. And you take 5 more breaths here. Just notice the breath. And of course, anytime that feels like enough for you, feel free to come on back down. Nice. And then we're going to release the arms, rest them next to you again. Lengthen the hips towards your heels, and then lower down vertebrae by vertebrae until the hips reach the ground again. Nice. Then let's just relax the sides of the hips a little before Shavasana. So right ankle over the left leg. We're just gonna bend the legs in. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Relax back towards the earth. If when you're doing this, you feel like your neck is needing support, you can take your pillow, whatever you had that might be nice under your head. And then again, we're going to draw the legs in. Nice, relaxing the shoulders. Right knee is going to press away from you. Or just breathe here. If it feels nice, you can even rock a little bit side to side. Yeah, and just breath by breath here. Great. We'll take about 5 more breaths here. And then let's release the hands, relax the legs back, undo the legs, and we'll take the left ankle over the right thigh. Same thing, we're just going to bring the legs in towards the heart, interlace the hands behind the right thigh, and then we're going to slowly draw the legs in, relaxing our shoulders again, making sure that the neck is feeling nice and relaxed. Then little by little, just draw the legs in to wherever they're happy to go today. Whenever we do that, the body trusts you better and it will cooperate better. And then press your left knee away from you a little bit. So just directionally, the left knee moving away from you by itself. Beautiful. And we'll again rock here if that feels nice. We'll take 5 more breaths here. So everything that we do here should make being in front of the computer feel easier. Should have better flow through the body. Take 2 more breaths like that. Really enjoy your out breath. Nice. And then we'll release the legs. Great. We're going to come into Shavasana, the long awaited Shavasana. If you like something behind your head, keep it there or bring a pillow underneath. For some of you, it might feel really nice to take your calves over your couch so your couch can support you right under the calves. I'll show you in a second what that looks like. Or for some of you, it might feel really nice to have another pillow under your legs. For some of you, even a pillow under the lower back. So it really depends on your body today, what feels right. Show you the couch option quickly just because that's also pretty great, especially if you have a couch nearby. So same thing, you can support your head if you like. I'm just gonna move this out of the way so you can see me more easily. Then your hips are just on the ground, your legs are on the couch, and you're gonna lay back. And I know I have props here, but just imagine that you don't have props, just have the legs up and relax like this. Or your arms can even move back, just whatever feels good. Then close your eyes and we'll just let the breath flow all by itself. There's nothing else to have to do now. So, Shavasana is the part where, after our body has been in movement, after we have focused the mind quite a lot on our sensations and on directionally moving things in a certain way, this is when it all comes together all by itself. So all we're doing, it's almost like you're just laying back and drinking it in. You're gonna spend a minute in sweet silence. Nothing else to have to do. Letting the face soften. Letting the arms relax, letting the legs relax, letting the whole back body yield to the support of the earth. And simply breathe and simply be and just rest. And taking smooth, deep breaths. Smooth, deep breaths into the body. And feeling your breath, your prana circulate throughout the body. And feeling relaxed and complete just as you are. And in your own time, starting to feel a little movement in your fingers and your toes, and just starting to stretch out through your limbs wherever you are, lying down or if you're already seated. Nice. And then if you're lying down, turn to its your right side and just help yourself to come back to any comfortable seat. Let's have the eyes closed and just rest the hands on the lap. Just take a moment here. And we're going to place one hand on the heart. Just check in with yourself. What do you really need today to support you well today? Just taking that bit of information, letting it inform you for the rest of the day. Bring both the hands on the heart now and chant Om together to seal our practice. Just take a breath in. Om. Om. Oh, letting that sound vibrate through the body. Let's bring our palms together and bow towards our hearts and each other. Namaste. Thanks, guys.